Today, in U.S. history, Trump confirmed that he was going to have Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana, as his running mate, the next vice president of the U.S. Not really. So, a couple of things on this. If anyone's been keeping up with TYT, they've been hammering, not really necessarily hammering, but just kind of exposing some of Pence's past a little bit. And I don't mean to make this sound scandalous in any way, but they in particular have detailed his policies against abortion, and I'm sure that's going to make a lot of conservatives just really excited now. Rightfully so, it's something they agree with, but whatever. It's so funny to me how I watched the TYT video, and I'm getting on the same subject about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, but not really. It wasn't really recent. It wasn't that long ago, where one of his campaign people stated that we probably won't pick a woman or a minority because we don't want to be seen as pandering. I don't know if they said the pandering part, but they certainly said that we probably won't pick a woman or a minority. And when I heard that, or when it was read in the video by, I'm forgetting his name at the moment, but I didn't believe it. I just saw that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Who would be so dumb as to pick two people who are elderly and of the same race together in a ticket? And here we are. And I'm not trying to say Pence is an old man or anything, but again, he's itching more towards 60 than he is 50. So that's kind of where that comment comes from. It's amazing to me. It's amazing that you have a person who people said was inexperienced when it came to politics. He's been in this for a few months, and he just proved it by picking him. And there's really no reason to justify it. It's going back to the narrative people were telling me that he was trying to sabotage his own campaign and mess everything up for himself. And I didn't really believe it, because why would you do that? But this is another one of those why did you do that type of things. I love how Fox yesterday was running the story about Trump might pull a surprise. He might shock all of us. And just in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking to myself, there's no way those sources don't lie. And certainly they didn't today yesterday when they were talking about it, and when he got up there and confirmed it today. They weren't lying. They were telling the truth this whole time. And we just didn't want to believe it. I'm a little surprised by Pence to an extent, because, again, the whole Cruz endorsement, which I'm saying again, I haven't even brought that up before now. Context is Cruz was running for president against Trump, and he, didn't win. And he got endorsed by Pence. So you would think, maybe I'm not going to pick the person who endorsed someone that was running against me. But nope, Trump holds no grudges. You say something about him today, it's water under the bridge the next day. He's so forgiving, and yet so tough. What is this? It makes no sense to me. How do you go and pick a guy that you're the same demographic? Really, the only difference is, he has some experience, but we're not talking about Gingrich here, who everybody was itching towards. And I think was even begging at one point, just from the way he would speak during his interviews. Oh, yeah, if he wants to do it, let's talk about it. Yeah, sure, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. But again, I don't get it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to drag this out any longer than it already is. So now Pence is the VP candidate. I think he'll be the second vice president from Indiana after Quayle, who I had a little joke going around that I was going to, that I kept claiming Quayle was in Trump's short list. I know people from that time period that remember him fondly. I mean, who could forget the vice president whose most famous moment was misspelling potato in a spelling bee and saying Tupac's music was awful, and not in a lyrical taste way, but just in a lifestyle way. So yeah, he was definitely the person I was rooting for. But nothing serious. I don't know. It's just me making some humor out of it. The historical significance of this ticket aside from geography is we will have two Caucasian males in the White House again for the first time since 2008. Man, I'm telling you, that's whew, it's breathtaking. I never thought I'd see the day. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.